Nothing bad ever happens to you when you're hanging out at a bar alone.
Michael.
Kidding. I'll do whatever it takes to make this work.
Excuse me? We would like you to bring us a bottle of your very best champagne. Thank you. It's party time, and you're not invited. Okay, we are all set.
I still can't believe that just happened.
I feel safer now that I know that you're on the force.
Feeling pretty good myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my dad. He is getting married tomorrow. For real this time. So it looks like I will need that +1 after all. Okay, technically we've had our first date.
I know, but I was hoping that our second would be at a bar or bowling alley.
Please tell me that you are not afraid of weddings.
No, hey, I'm not afraid of anything. Except clowns. Don't ask. It's...
Okay, well, just prove that you're not afraid and come with me. But if I catch the bouquet...
Yeah, I promise I won't head for the hills. Okay.
But that mean that we're on?
What time am I picking you up?
All right, then. We'll see you later. Okay. The children are thrilled.
So am I.
I'll alert the staff and contact other guests.
Okay, I'm gonna call Catherine.
Good, baby. If you need anything, you let me know, okay?
Ow. Ow. No. Nothing is going to stop the wedding this time.
Next on The Young and the Restless.
I wish you would tell me what has you so preoccupied.
It's Wheeler. I think he and Dad are up to something.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
Why'd you kill Mom?
You stepped way over the line.
You set me up, and I didn't even see it coming. Nicely played.
I don't want to be wary of you, Alicia. Feels like we're avoiding each other.
I know.
With 3 new episodes in a row,
Do you have a relationship with Will?
The Good Wife is a must-watch.
This will be a battle to the death.
Still holding a grudge, are we?
What grudge? You didn't do something wrong, did you?
A new Good Wife. CBS Sunday, 9/8 Central.
New CBS Sunday. A decorated soldier murdered.
We have a recording the night of the murder.
Her throat's cut. There's blood all over.
The only witness.
That's my voice. That's me.
Can't remember.
My memory is gone.
We treat soldiers for traumatic brain injury.
We're going to try to restore Pete's memory.
Could Pete have killed her and forgot he did it?
It's not impossible.
Your voice on the 911 call sounded like you're a little more than just friends.
A new Mentalist, CBS Sunday, 10/9 Central.
Is this under 550 calories? It's so delicious. The chicken is awesome. The onions, the peppers, the cheese just like melts. The grilled chicken melt is my new favorite sandwich. It doesn't taste low calorie.
That's how Whataburger does under 550.
Dear Hospice of the Valley, after Frank was diagnosed, I felt so alone.
But your staff came to my brother's side. They told us what to expect. We could call a nurse anytime, day or night. That was so reassuring.
Thank you for being there, for providing comfort. Not only did you take care of Frank, you took care of us.
Choose Hospice of the Valley. Not for profit, for comfort.
At Hastings & Hastings, we are the discount bankruptcy lawyers. We start at $9.95. Our discount fee means more money for you. That's Hastings & Hastings.
Modern-day train robbers. Their high-stake heists caught on tape tonight at 10.
You're gonna love
have an apple cranberry chicken salad.
This salad is full of color. Can't leave these cranberries alone. The cheese feels like a bit of a splurge. I had no idea that Whataburger had salads like this.
Low calorie is full flavor at Whataburger.
Dave Cherry, looking out for you, only on CBS 5 News. This is CBS 5 News, telling it like it is.
A woman on death row for the horrifying murder of her 4-year-old son now has a chance to walk free. But first, police are investigating an officer-involved shooting in the East Valley. Good afternoon, I'm Pat McReynolds. Thank you very much for joining us. A car theft investigation has turned into a police shooting in the East Valley this morning. CBS 5's Jose Miguel is live in Santan Valley with the very latest on this story. Jose, what can you tell us?
Well, Pat, this all started as part of an investigation with the State Vehicle Theft Task Force. That's a division out of DPS, and there are 7 other agencies that are involved with this task force. They spotted this vehicle in the Mesa area. They started trailing the car, and they ended up here in this park. Now, I've got Bart Graves with me with DPS. Bart, once they get here to the park, what happens from that point?
The 2 vehicles, the suspect vehicle we're looking for, the Ford Raptor pickup truck, pulls in along with a Humvee. This is a vehicle. The 2 vehicles kind of met at a hospital parking lot. We kind of followed them. They're pulled into this parking lot for an unknown reason, and at that point we decided to make the arrests. The driver of the Humvee was arrested without incident. The driver of the Raptor did not want to go. He rams the officer. The officers been out of their cars, but he rams the officer's vehicle behind him that blocked him in. He then throws it into drive, rams the vehicle in front of him. 2 other vehicles come to the side. He's determined to get away.
And at this point, the officers are fearing for their lives.
Well, they're on the ground with their guns drawn, giving him commands, and they are in fear for their lives. He is about to run them over, and they open fire.
Do you know if the suspect in all of this, the guy who was shot by officers, was he armed at any point?
We did find 2 handguns on him and 1 in his vehicle, and we're investigating that now.
Have you guys been able to determine whether or not he was threatening officers with either of these weapons?
No, he's using his car as the weapon, this big heavy-duty truck, and that was a big weapon.
As far as the agencies involved, what agencies were involved in this shooting?
It was 3 officers opened fire. The suspect was shot once in the rib cage under his arm, and those officers, it's a task force. So one is a Pinal County Sheriff's deputy, one is an Apache Junction PD officer, and another is an investigator for the Arizona Department of Insurance.
And as far as these officers are concerned, because of the fact that he was using this heavy-duty vehicle, that gave them the right to fire.
Oh, absolutely. They were in fear of their own safety.
All right, Bart, thanks for joining us today. And again, police are still out here investigating this situation. This is going to be an active investigation for some time out here. The park in this area is closed down. They have not released any information as far as the suspect is concerned. We can tell you again that he was taken to a hospital in Scottsdale, and he is being treated for his injuries. He is expected to survive those injuries, but we have not been given an update as far as his specific condition is concerned. We are expecting to get more information later on today. For now, reporting in Pinal County, Jose Miguel, CBS 5 News.
Jose, thank you very much. Well, all new this noon, a federal appeals court has reversed the death sentence of a woman convicted of murdering her son. Deborah Jean Milkey has been on death row for more than 22 years after being convicted of first-degree murder back in 1989. Prosecutors say Milkey dressed her 4-year-old son Christopher in his favorite outfit, told him they were going to see Santa, but instead 2 men took him into the desert and shot him in the head. A court of appeals overturned the conviction, saying that the prosecution failed to disclose vital information about the history of misconduct by a key detective in that case. Okay, come over to your TV and check out this video of a hiker being rescued after he took a horrible fall. This is video of the man being airlifted out of the rugged area near the town of Young. Now, the Gila County Sheriff's Office tells us he fell about 70 feet yesterday afternoon. 70 feet. The area is so remote they couldn't risk getting him out until this morning. That must have been a long night because he reportedly suffered several broken bones, but otherwise is okay. A man is behind bars this afternoon after barricading himself in a room at Sun Devil Stadium. Now, the suspect told police that he was armed and that people were chasing him. Officers from ASU and Tempe eventually talked the man out of the building and arrested him. No weapon was found there at the scene. But this case did involve a weapon. Police are currently searching for a gunman who fired several shots at a police sergeant overnight. Now, the sergeant apparently tried to stop a driver near 40th Street in Bell. That driver took off, eventually ditched his car near the 51. When the officer tried to follow him on foot, the suspect fired several rounds from a handgun. Well, the sergeant luckily wasn't hit, but the shooter got away, and investigators either don't have or just haven't released a good description of him. All right, well, you've probably noticed a pretty dramatic change in our weather outside. Paul's here to give us a preview. Paul, what do you got?
Yeah, Pat, huge changes, especially when you compare it to last week at this time. A big increase in your weather. In fact, when it comes to your temperature. Live look out there, and as you can see, mostly clear skies. And yeah, a little breeze out as we start out the afternoon. Sunshine's going to stick around today and tomorrow. Right now, temperatures mid-80s, Sky Harbor. Conditions down to the lower 80s in Queen Creek, 84 in Mesa. Want to show you the satellite in red. Our strong ridge of high pressure. In fact, there's not a cloud in sight across the state of Arizona. We do have some cloud cover just off the coast of California that will pay us a visit off and on over the weekend, but temperatures remaining well above average, not only today, but tomorrow as well. We're talking close to record highs this afternoon and again tomorrow. We'll hit a high today of 91 degrees, cooling on down to the mid-80s by 8 with clear skies today. What's ahead for Saturday into Sunday? We'll have your details with the Valley Pinpoint 7-day planner coming up in just minutes.
Look forward to it, Paul. Thank you very much. Accused murderer Jodi Arias has finally finished testifying, but her trial is still far from over. Expert witnesses for the defense took the stand today. Now, this morning, a psychologist was testifying for the defense, but the prosecution objected to the testimony. The judge put the trial into recess until this afternoon so that she could settle this dispute. Arias is charged with first-degree murder in the June 2008 death of her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander. She claims it was in self-defense. Well, just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, another Carnival cruise is in trouble. Passengers on the Carnival Dream, well, it's more like a nightmare. They are flying home after the ship lost power. The ship's emergency diesel generator broke down during a scheduled stop in St. Martin. Passengers were complaining of power outages and problems with the toilets. And before things could get really bad, the embattled cruise line stepped up and bought airplane tickets for all 3,600 passengers. Now, you'll remember, this is the second cruise ship problem for Carnival this year. Just last month, an engine fire crippled the Carnival Triumph, stranding 4,200 passengers for almost a week. Pope Francis I has a busy schedule on his first day as leader of the Roman Catholic Church. Randall Pinkston has the very latest details from Vatican City.
Pope Francis returned to the Sistine Chapel to celebrate his first Mass with the cardinals who elected him.
Nostra vita è un cammino.
Speaking in Italian, he delivered his first homily as the leader of the Roman Catholic Church, standing in front of Michelangelo's Last Judgment. This morning, the 76-year-old former Archbishop of Buenos Aires, Argentina, went to St. Mary Major Basilica. He carried flowers to the altar of the Virgin Mary and prayed in silence for 10 minutes. He also prayed at the tomb of Pius V and greeted the church staff. Afterwards, Francis collected his bags at the hotel where he stayed before the conclave and made it a point to pay his bill.
Because he was concerned about giving a good example of what priests and bishops should do.
Pope Francis, like his namesake, St. Francis of Assisi, is a friend of the poor. Before he was introduced to the world, the new Holy Father chose to wear a simple robe, and instead of a gold cross, he kept the one he wore as a cardinal. The new Pope has shown himself to be a humble man. He declined to take a special Vatican car to his celebratory dinner. He wanted to ride with the cardinals, and later he showed them he has a sense of humor.
At the dinner, there was a little toast to him at the end of the meal. He just said a few words, and at the end he said, "May God forgive you for what you've done."
Pope Francis has been receiving guests at his temporary residence in the Santa Marta. Later today, he will remove the seals from the papal apartment so it can be prepared for him over the next few days. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Vatican City.
A gunman wanted for killing 4 men and wounding 2 others in upstate New York has died after a shootout with police. 64-year-old Kurt Myers fired through a door after troopers and FBI agents entered the building where he was barricaded for 19 hours. Investigators say they still don't know why Myers went on this shooting rampage in the first place.
The only thing that we have on him from our investigation is he's apparently a loner. He didn't have a lot of contact with his family, and The few people that we did find that were relatives, we interviewed some neighbors. Nobody could offer any explanation.
Governor Andrew Cuomo is praising law enforcement officers in ending what he calls a horrific spree of violence and bloodshed. Transportation Security Administration Chief John Pistoli is headed to the Hill today, defending the agency's plan to allow small knives on airplanes. Well, the decision was widely criticized as a move that will make flying more dangerous for all involved. But the TSA still will plan to change its rules on April 25th, letting flyers carry knives with blades that are no longer than 2.36 inches and no wider than 1/2 inch. Fixed or locking blades and knives with grip handles are still banned. Also in D.C. today, the Senate Judiciary Committee is poised and ready to approve an assault weapons ban. But even the measure's sponsor concedes that it faces a difficult path through Congress. The bill would also ban large-capacity ammunition magazines that carry more than 10 rounds. All right, boy, take a look at Wall Street right now, and you can see that we are possibly going to set a record again. This would be several days where we continue to be up. We're up 65 points. Still a little bit more time for even more of a rally. We'll have a full report for you tonight at 5 o'clock. Well, I think most would agree that your brain is the most important organ in your body, and researchers say that we need to start treating it as such. We're going to tell you what they suggest everyone should start doing coming up. And wait till you see this. Every skydiver's worst nightmare. You jump and the chute doesn't open. Well, it happened to a guy in California, and it was all caught on tape. We're going to tell you what happened coming up next.
Tonight, only on 5. High-stake heists that are costing you big bucks. Modern-day train robbers using cryptic codes and secret desert rendezvous. They're not stealing watches and purses. They're cashing in on computers and flat-screen TVs. CBS 5 News has undercover video showing how the bad guys pull it off. Right here in Arizona. We're telling it like it is. Tonight, after an all-new Elementary on CBS 5 News at 10.
iMasters is now VisionWorks. Celebrate with buy one pair of glasses, get one free. Any frames, any lenses, or a single vision pair is $49.95. Find more than a pair of glasses. Find a better you. VisionWorks.
3 days of walking to give a breast cancer survivor a lifetime? That's definitely a fair trade. You walk with friends, you meet new friends, and you keep those friendships.
It was such a beautiful experience.
Why walk 60 miles in the boldest breast cancer event in history? Because everyone deserves a lifetime. Visit the3day.org to register or to request more information today.
It was 3 days of pure joy.
Susan G. Komen's investments in early detection and treatment have helped reduce breast cancer mortality in the U.S. by 33% since 1990. Help us continue serving the millions of women and men with breast cancer who still need us every day. Register for the 3-day now.
It's just been an amazing, amazing journey. I love these people.
Big rigs can cause big injuries. Get big help.
Murder and rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
You're watching CBS 5 News. Straightforward reporting, no spin, telling it like it is.
You know, the weather really doesn't get much better than this to watch some spring training baseball. Here is today's spring training schedule for the Cactus League. The Cubs and Dodgers play in Glendale. The Rangers visit the Athletics in Phoenix. And two of the World Baseball Classic teams that won the Asia bracket are in town for a little practice before the semifinals this weekend. One team plays the Giants in Scottsdale. The other heads to Peoria to take on the Padres in the nightcap. Well, we have new video regarding the investigation into missing 5-year-old Jessie Shockley. 24 hours after Jerice Hunter reported her daughter Jessie missing, she was questioned a second time by Glendale police.
Without your help, your daughter is missing.
I know.
Okay?
Yes.
I want to find your daughter.
Me too.
Okay? So
Yes, sir.
without your help, I cannot find your daughter.
That's why I'm
So
here.
I need big answers. I need lots of information.
Yeah, you can hear the frustration in the detectives' questions. Investigators were able to find some inconsistencies in Hunter's version of events. They also tell us that they had major concerns about Hunter's behavior. We've posted the entire interview with Hunter on our website at cbs5az.com. Any minute now, state officials will release Arizona's unemployment report for January. Now, in December, that number was right around 7.9%. That's a little higher than the national unemployment rate of 7.7%. We, of course, are watching this news very closely, and we will bring it to you as soon as that announcement comes in. A proposal that would allow Arizona teachers to carry guns in schools is one step closer to becoming law. It's won initial approval in the state Senate. Now, the bill would allow designated teachers, administrators, or other employees in rural schools, as well as retired police officers working in any Arizona school, to carry a handgun. The bill, sponsored by Republican Senator Rich Crandall of Mesa, is the least sweeping of several legislative proposals to arm teachers, and it appears to be the most likely to pass. It still needs final Senate approval. Some health headlines now. A new study says that you should get your brain checked as often as you get a physical. British researchers at the University of Cambridge say that you should treat your brain like any other organ in your body. Just like you work out to keep physically fit, it is every bit as important to keep your brain fit. Common mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety are easily treated, especially if caught early. And a new survey shows that most couples say the perfect age difference between a man and a woman is 4 years and 4 months. However, that number only applies when the man is older. Only 1% of women believe an ideal relationship is with a younger man.
What's that percentage again?
1%.
Oh.
Yes. You going to tell us the age split between you and Jennifer?
Sure. It's perfect, by the way. 4.5 months, 4.5 years. See?
It is perfect. And of course, I have another story. We'll get to that in a minute.
Sorry.
Here's that video I was telling you about earlier. A California man is very lucky to be alive after a terrifying skydiving jump. Craig Stapleton's main chute was malfunctioning and his backup got tangled. Get this, Paul. He hit the ground at more than 30 miles per hour, just barely missing these iron stakes sticking up out of the ground.
One of my last thoughts before I hit was, I really hope I don't hit an iron spike because it'll just be messy. I completely lucked out. I mean, you know, God watches out for idiots and puppy dogs, and he just let me live and walk away.
God watches out for idiots and puppy dogs. All right, well then explain the answer this guy gave. He only dislocated his shoulder, by the way, and had some major bumps and bruises. Stapleton, who has done more than 7,000 jumps, says he plans to take this weekend off.
Good.
And then go skydiving again next weekend.
Come on.
Something tells me God only looks out for idiots once, buddy.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy to get jumping again. Get into quilting or another hobby or
quilting,
knitting or something like that. All right.
So 4.5 years between you and Jennifer.
There we are.
That's why you're so darn happy.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yes.
We got another Weather Road show to share with everybody. We had a chance to head out to Peoria. Out there in the West Valley. Good old time.
Those are my peeps right there.
Yeah, look at that. That's Alta Loma Elementary. Pat, I had a major challenge because they are just a day and a half away until spring break starts.
Boy.
And you wouldn't believe the energy in there. Look at the guy. Can't wait to get a nice little break. But a big thank you to the teachers. You'll see one of the teachers here in just a second. There she is. Yeah, had a great time. And a big thank you to those teachers for inviting us. You could sign up for our Weather Roadshow on our webpage, cbs5az.com. Oh, it got a little shaky, didn't it? All right, let's show you what's going on out there. Temperatures lower 90s by 4 o'clock. We'll cool down to 83 degrees by 8. Sunset at around 6:32. Let's show you a live look. Ooh, a little bit of a breeze picking up here. But wind speeds, for the most part, should stay light later on this afternoon. Temperatures very comfortable. 85 degrees outside, 83 currently in Scottsdale. Conditions a little bit warmer in Surprise. If you're heading out for a big ball game, 87 and 85 in Tempe. Let's show you what's going on across the state. Conditions, mid-80s as we mentioned in Phoenix, 72 in Prescott, lower 60s in Flagstaff, 87 out there in Tucson, and as you can see, 88 degrees in Yuma. Here's the satellite and radar, and pretty calm conditions across the country. Just dealing with some colder weather rolling through areas of the Midwest. Snow showers once again across areas of Chicago, but pretty nice down south. Central areas of the United States, and a nice ridge in place here across the state of Arizona, and that's going to stay in place, it looks like, today and tomorrow. We're going to see a few high think clouds push through here starting on Saturday, but not a big deal at all. We're going to stay dry. Storm track will stay well to the north of us. Now, temperatures. Man, it is warmer than average. Average high at around 76 degrees. We'll get up to 91 in Phoenix, 67 Flagstaff, lower 80s in Globe, and around the east and west valley. Hello, Mesa, you'll get up to 91. Fountain Hills at 90. Where we're going to be live tomorrow morning, Pat, for our morning newscast, Fountain Hills, for their huge fountain where they, I mean, forget about Chicago changing the river green. They turned that fountain into this humongous green display. It's going to be great.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll be there live tomorrow around 6:50. All right, here you go. Your two-day planner, 92 on Friday. They change it green because, of course, Sunday, big day for the McReynolds family. St. Patrick's Day.
My favorite holiday.
We'll hit a high of 89, and then clear skies Monday, Tuesday, into Wednesday. Temperatures cooling on down to the mid-80s, but staying above average next week.
Cooling down to the mid-80s. Yeah, day after my birthday, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, look at that. How fitting.
Can you give me a little Wayne Newton, a little Donkashane? That's pretty good, right? Coming up, Wayne Newton is in some pretty serious financial trouble. Do you?
Yeah.
Up next, we're going to tell you what a judge ordered him to sell so that he can pay his bills, and it ties into our top 5. You're going to like it. Stay with us.
Okay.
Today, while you're having a hamburger, making a double bogey, getting your hair done, we'll be doing everything we can to help someone recover from an injury, serious illness, surgery, or stroke, treating them body, mind, and spirit, all so they can get back to doing what you're doing. Good Samaritan Rehab Therapy.
Get help taking that first step. Call 1-855-GOOD-SAM.
Total Freedom prides itself in delivering premium quality implant dentistry at reasonable prices.
I actually got a great referral. I got 2 or 3, and in inquiring and asking around, Total Freedom seemed to be the place to be.
Compare Total Freedom to the competition. For thousands less, Total Freedom will use 5 implants and a narrow profile custom titanium bar. The national chain? Only 4 implants and a bulky, hard to clean plastic wrapped bar. Call now for a complimentary consultation and CAT scan.
For over 100 years, AAA has been there for you when your car breaks down. So you know AAA Auto Insurance will be there for you in an accident. AAA Insurance. Competitive rates. Legendary reliability. Everything you've come to love about AAA. For a free quote, call 1-800-INSURANCE. Visit AAA.com or a local AAA office.
This year, I'm not settling for anything less than everything. I want unlimited music, data, talk, and text on a cool smartphone with no contract. So I go with a wireless plan that creates all the rules when Cricket has everything I need at half the price of the competition. Because when I can get it all for less, there's no limit to where my wireless can take me.
Are you getting the most out of your wireless? Compare your plan to see how only Cricket gives you unlimited everything for half the price of AT&T and Verizon. Cricket, your call.
Closed captioning on CBS 5 News is brought to you by Ashley Furniture Home Store.
Wayne Newton is back in the headlines, and it is not for his latest performance. The singer was forced to sell 280 of his exotic animals to an Oregon wildlife center when they got the bargain price of about $100 a critter because of the singer's impending bankruptcy. A U.S. bankruptcy judge has approved a motion to put his estate up for sale. Now, it's slated for auction on May 13th. Well, if there's any consolation for Wayne Newton, he is in good company. And today's top 5, for no valid or scientific reasons whatsoever, the top 5 celebrities who have filed for bankruptcy. Number